In 2026, China's industrial overproduction remains a central theme in global economics, having transitioned from a primarily export-related friction to a critical domestic threat. This phenomenon, characterized by supply far exceeding both domestic and international demand, is driven by heavy state-led investment in manufacturing at the expense of household consumption. Key affected sectors' overcapacity has expanded from traditional commodities to high-tech and green sectors. Green technologies, China's capacity for electric vehicles, EVs, lithium batteries, and solar panels is roughly double its domestic demand. Traditional industries, steel overcapacity is projected to reach 644 million tons globally by late 2025/early 2026, driven largely by Chinese output. Emerging sectors, massive investment in legacy semiconductors, mature nodes, is expected to push China's global market share to 39% by 2027. Despite current inventory gluts, real estate, persistent oversupply exists in housing, with estimates of enough residential buildings for 1 out of every 2 citizens, contributing to a death spiral in the property market. Causes of persistent overproduction state-led investment model. Beijing continues to prioritize manufacturing and high-quality development through subsidies and cheap loans, even when profitability is low. Weak domestic demand. Chinese consumer confidence remains low due to a property market crash and job insecurity, leaving factories with no internal market to absorb their output. Local government competition. Provincial officials often compete to build capacity in the same strategic industries, like EVs, leading to redundant and inefficient factories. Economic and social impacts. Involution, Najuan, a term used domestically to describe disorderly competition and cutthroat price wars that erode profit margins and force uncompetitive firms toward bankruptcy. Deflationary spiral. Persistent price cutting has led to falling factory gate prices and a negative feedback loop where lower prices lead to weaker wage growth, further dampening demand. The second China shock. A global surge in cheap exports has triggered trade defenses, tariffs, and anti-dumping probes, not just from the US and EU, but also from emerging economies like Brazil, India, Turkey, and Vietnam. Current policy responses. Beijing has recently shifted its language to address price wars, rather than admitting to overcapacity. Efforts include guiding the orderly shutdown of uncompetitive firms, encouraging outbound investment (FDI), moving production to regions like ASEAN and Hungary to bypass trade barriers, promoting the opening of service industries to create alternative job markets,